Welcome to From the Stands, your one-stop shop podcast for insider access and in-depth interviews with your favorite Billiken coaches and players. Be sure to follow the show on Twitter at Billiken Podcast for the latest news on future episodes. Now, here is your host, Billiken Athletic Director, Chris May.
Welcome back, Billiken fans, to From the Stands, where we talk on our podcast, Billiken Sports, all the time. We have an unbelievably fun young man to talk with today. On the men's basketball team, Isaiah Swope. He goes by Swope most of the time, a lot of different things, but Isaiah is a transfer, came to us from Indiana State. He grew up in Newburgh, Indiana, which is right next to Evansville. He played at Southern Indiana, went to Indiana State, and now he is here with us with the Billikens, and he came with Coach Schertz. Welcome. How are you doing today?
Good. Appreciate you for having me.
How was practice?
It was good today.
So far, so good? Yeah. So at Indiana State, here's some stats. So Isaiah averaged 15.9 points per game. What's really impressive, he had 113 threes. He led the team in three-pointers, 3 per game. Was a mid-major All-American. What I loved, I watched a lot of your games last year. What I was most impressed by is how efficient you were even when you had that injury you were playing with more than half of the season, I apologize. So as you went through that season and it kept growing and growing and growing, how did you, as a leader, because you helped lead that team, right? How did you look at it when you're finishing up? You guys went to the NIT, you knew things were happening. When you started thinking about the season and looking forward, what was the decision point to come to St. Louis University?
I would say for sure just following after Schertz. I mean, my whole reason from leaving USI and going to Indiana State was because of Schertz. And, I told him from the beginning, I couldn't really see myself playing for a different coach. And, I felt as if, he'd bring his same philosophies over here to St. Louis. And then, whenever I even got here, it seemed as if, everybody had the same philosophies that he had. So, I mean, no matter who you talk to, everybody's on the same page. And, even, like I said, it made my visit feel like we were just at Indiana State, but we were basically just transferred over.
What part of the philosophy? Tell us the Coach Schertz philosophy from your perspective.
I would say big thing is Kaizen, just overall continual improvement. He does a great job of, where you are right now is not where you have to be. You can always either be better and, strive to be better and just take a step-by-step process. And I think just talking, like I said, from everybody on the campus, no matter who it is, we all kind of embody that same spirit, and, it helps whenever, you got a nice chefs in every morning or, but the general feel of people, we're all just trying to get better each and every day.
As you've blended in with the culture here at St. Louis University, what have you seen? How has that gone, and how have you seen that culture fit with your culture and where you're trying to go as a player and after playing days?
I mean, it's been great. I mean, a big thing is this is a real city, and I love food. So there's so
You're
many.
a foodie.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
so many different places to go to. Jasmine, she told me about First Watch, Songbird. I haven't been to Rooster yet, but just overall the culture being in the city is different for me, just from where I grew up and then leaving Terre Haute. But like I said, that's been great. Like I said, overall, just being around great people, that's always amazing. I wouldn't even say I'm a person necessarily that's just real talkative, but whenever you get around good people, every day, somebody's always gonna say good morning or greet you or how you doing or what's going on. So you kind of start to embody that same spirit, and that's also been pretty cool too.
Well, it's been great to watch you early. So again, you're coming off an injury, you're rehabbing. You tend to go a little hard. You tend to work a little bit. Where did you get that work ethic? Where did you get that work rate? Because I got to tell you, I have rarely seen anybody work harder than you work. It's one of your unbelievable assets. As long as you and I have talked about, we manage it, right? We moderate it. We need you in January, February, March, as opposed to here in September. But where did you get that work rate, and how did you build those skills to work that hard all the time?
I mean, starting off with basketball wasn't good, so I think it's just starting there, just gravitating towards just not being the best around your peers and just trying to be better. Obviously my family, my parents, they always tell me whenever you start something, you never quit, and just little things, just sticking with it. And they stuck with me through a lot of hard times where, I didn't want to practice or, I wanted to be on a game or whatever, and they've always pushed me to be better. Like I said, probably main thing is just my family, and then, like I said, originally just not being good and just figuring out, like, each and every day, like, I can get better at this and that, and just trying to add on.
Did you play other sports before you started playing basketball?
Yeah, I played soccer first. That was the sport I was the best at.
You're a soccer player. You're here in the soccer city.
They got me here, man. I can't cross back over no more. But I started with soccer. My freshman year of high school, I played football. And then after that, it was just mainly basketball.
Okay, you never played baseball? I was there for the staff team softball game, and I saw you kill one over. And you never played softball, baseball?
I haven't. Or it helps when your teammates soft pitching it to you also.
Yeah, Robbie did put one on a plate for you to crush that ball.
But it's different. It's a totally different sport. Like I play indoor sport. Being outside, different elements. I know at softball we were playing with our kids and coaches, but it's a whole different feel. But I think I'm blessed because of my parents. Just being an athlete in general, I can kind of do different things overall.
So soccer, football, then you really honed in on basketball. Tell the Billiken fans what they should expect. I mean, we know you can shoot threes. You've done it, but what should they expect to see out of your game? And what part of your game, what are you working on right now?
Main thing is just trying to be smarter overall. That'll be the biggest thing I took from last year, just critical thinking, but trying to be more calm. I would just say overall the season's real long. It's a lot of ups and downs. So just figuring out how to find mental balance throughout, like say you have a bad shooting stretch or bad games or a bad game or whatever, bad practice, just figuring out how to adjust to that and get back to square one and just be an even kill on that end. For the season, I would just main thing is say just overall for our team. I feel like we got a real exciting team. We're going to do some special things this year. So just be looking out for us this year.
So defensive versus, you put up a bunch of numbers. What do you focus on the defensive end? Because every time I talk to Josh, he talks about the defensive end, and he talks about how proud he is of the numbers you guys put up last year defensively, because he said a lot of people don't talk about it. They talk about the offensive efficiency. But clearly you guys were highly efficient on the defensive end. What do you work on in that space to make a difference?
Same thing, kind of, with being calm. Like, you have to read the game on offense, but it's the same with defense. We had a lot of great veterans last year on our team. Julian Larry, Xavier Bledson, they do, especially Xavier, he did a great job of controlling the defensive end and talking us through, bringing us in as a group last year. So, kind of doing that same thing. Last year they had a different coach with Coach Ford, so they've been known to have different principles. And just adjusting to that, I've been accustomed to, last year with Schertz, our principles. So just, mixing and matching and just talking overall, being more communicative overall for the defense end. So that's been a big thing.
What are you most looking forward to with this upcoming season?
Like I said, just the camaraderie with the team. That's a big thing. Like based off of last year, we're still cool to this day. We still talk in our group chats, and it's because of the love and genuine love we had around being with each other. And every day I go in the locker room or I walk down the hallway, somebody might say a little joke here and there, or yell, "Hey, Swope," or what I'm saying, and that's the fun part about being with the team.
How about walking into Schertz Arena when it's packed with fans? What's that going to be like?
Oh, I think it'll be great. I even, whenever I committed, I looked up on watching a few games. I seen there's like fire for the starting lineups and stuff. So it might be a little scary, but I'm looking forward to seeing that for sure.
Last question, you're a foodie then, so what's your go-to right now in St. Louis? And all these Billiken fans will be able to reach out to you and give you some new food places, but what's your go-to right now?
For sure, like I said, First Watch is for sure. I like First Watch. Okay. I've been to Pops.
Pappy's? Are you a Pappy's guy? Barbecue?
The Smokehouse.
Real close to here?
I haven't had it. I just had over there's Medina Grill. Right. That was good. There was I forgot his name, but he introduced me to Cajun Seduction. It was like a food truck. It was like, actually, he said there's like a food truck event that comes up. I think it's like next week. But I would say like for sure First Watch, Pops, and then Cajun Seduction would be my top.
Let alone the O'Loughlin Family Champion Center that you roll in here and get your omelets and everything else in the morning.
I'm there every day, man. I wish I could bring it back home.
I noticed you don't miss. You got your box fulls and you're ready to roll.
Yep, taking it right to school.
anything else you want to share with Billiken fans? Welcome them and welcome them to come see you play.
For sure. Like I said, overall, I've been appreciative since I've stepped on St. Louis. I'm looking forward for the season, excited to see the fans in the arena, packed out, sold out arenas. And, like I said, I'm real big on, energy and stuff. So, I hope that our team and overall can just give great energy to the crowd and we all just be accepting and loving of each other this upcoming year.
Well, Swope, we are super proud to have you. And I am so impressed by your work ethic. You work so hard. I've seen you put up more shots on the weekends. You're in here all the time, and that's what it takes to be a champion. And so, great job. It's awesome to have you here, and we'll do this again, but we're looking forward to watching you play.
Sure, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Billiken fans, that's From the Stands with Isaiah Swope, and we will do it again. But until next time, go Bills.
Thanks for listening to From the Stands with Billiken Athletic Director Chris May. Subscribe to our podcast in the iTunes Store and have the latest episodes sent straight to your phone. Go Billikens!